Welcome to what can only be described as a landmark moment for Italy's diving industry. I'm Jason, and today we're embarking on a journey to clarify a rather crucial boundary. It's the line between, shall we say, an eventful past and a finally regulated future. And for this journey, we are in collaboration with CEDIFOP, the point of reference for regulated training in Italy.
Eventful past sounds suspiciously like my teenage years, Jason, the bits no one wants to talk about. So, before January 26th, 2026, what exactly was going on in this underwater Wild West?
Excellent analogy, Elliot. For nearly 50 years, Italian industrial diving was, to put it mildly, swimming in rather murky waters. We were operating under ministerial decrees from 1979, which were designed purely for the port environment.
Only for ports? So outside the harbour walls it was just a legislative vacuum. Anyone with a snorkel in a dream could declare themselves an industrial diver with absolutely no oversight. Sounds less Wild West, more like a wet free-for-all.
Precisely. This improvisation put divers' lives and companies' legal certainty at serious risk. Many genuinely believed a simple recreational certification, or a private certificate, or even an OTS course, which, remember, was specific to ports, was enough to work professionally.
A recreational certification? So the same bit of plastic I flashed to go pottering about in the Red Sea was once considered suitable for welding pipes 20 meters down? The mind boggles.
Well, not quite, Elliot, and that's the absolute crux of it. Underwater work isn't a leisure pursuit. It's a high-risk industrial activity demanding proper regulation. Thankfully, on January 26, 2026, the Italian state finally declared enough is enough.
Finally, a sheriff rides into town. Law number 9, is that right? So what actual concrete changes has this turning point brought about?
Indeed. Law 9 established that professional diving is a complex field requiring organic provisions. It's no longer just about knowing how to hold your breath for extended periods. Now you must possess a state certification proving your technical, medical, and legislative competence.
This didn't just spring out of nowhere, I imagine. Someone must have blazed this trail beforehand.
You're spot on. This national law actually incorporates what we at CEDIFOP know intimately as the Sicily model. Professional training in Italy falls under regional responsibility, both regulated and unregulated. And among all regions, only Sicily, with Law 7 of 2016, had already created specific legislation for activities and training levels outside the port environment. They proved that training needed regulating, controlling, and inclusion in public registries managed by the Department of Labor.
Sicily, the unlikely pioneer for the rest of Italy. That's quite the plot twist. So it was all about regulated, controlled training recorded in public registries managed by the Department of Labor.
Precisely. The new national law places this certified training right at its core. It introduces the digital training logbook and, crucially, it sweeps away the murky ambiguity between the world of leisure diving and that of demanding industrial work.
The digital training logbook. That sounds far less Wild West and significantly more 21st century. And it links up with other laws. I'm sure it's not some isolated island.
Exactly. It intertwines directly with the Consolidated Law on Safety, Legislative Decree 81 of 2008. Being a professional diver today means understanding the law, adhering to protocols, and demanding training that holds the legal weight of a public act. This is where regulated training paths become absolutely vital.
So does this also change who's ultimately responsible if something goes wrong? Before, it was the employer, wasn't it?
Until now, responsibility for an accident outside the port environment rested squarely on the employer. But the state law now explicitly establishes the safety criteria and necessary qualifications. The Wild West is definitively over, Elliot. This new era of industrial diving demands awareness and qualifications appropriate to the depth. It brings Italy into line with every other country where this is already standard practice.
Finally, Italy has caught up with the rest of the world. Goodbye, legislative vacuum. Hello, certified safety. It's like upgrading from a horse-drawn carriage to a bullet train.
And in our next episode, we'll dive even deeper into the technical heart of the matter. We'll explore why a simple certification isn't a qualification, and why following a regulated training path, like the one pioneered by the Sicily model, makes all the difference for your career and safety. The Sicilian region's law sets out training methods based on international standards, open to all who carry them out, whether in Sicily or elsewhere. Once inshore and offshore levels are achieved, IDSA standards are followed, as the law now demands.
That sounds like a truly fascinating journey, Elliot. Transparency really is our first piece of safety equipment, and I can't wait to properly grasp how this new era functions.
Thank you for listening. If the end of the underwater Wild West intrigued you, share this episode with someone who might appreciate clarity in this sector.